Good day, everyone. And apparently it's the 10th of June in the year 2024. This is the Self-Preservation Society on Basil, broadcasting truth and therapy. Here I am using the talking stick. Just a few points for you to ponder. Macron has called a snap general election because he got routed in European elections by Marine Le Pen's far right, whatever the far right is. It's just a made-up phrase to disenfranchise you from other human beings. Everything is to disenfranchise you from fellow human beings, to hate fellow human beings, have something to focus on so you don't know what it is to be a man. That's all it is. There's a private members bill going through Parliament, sponsored by somebody in the House of Lords, I think, to disestablish the Church of England. Is it a good thing? I don't know. What is related to it? And what I'm about to say is that there's no hatred towards my fellow human beings. But I told you in my last upload, the next thing going to happen, you're going to starve and whatever, because, you know, they're overwhelming control on the food. Those that control you. In the seen and the unseen, the heard and the unheard. But do you remember seeing all the reports of how the Black Watch Regiment were training these boat people? Do you remember that? When war is declared on Ukraine, and it will be, on Russia because of Ukraine rather, and it will be, unless you rise up and stop it, which you can do. When it's declared, all British people of a certain age will be called up to go over there and fight. They'll be killed, massacred, whatever. And what will be left will be these people that have come across in the boats, this, that and the other. And we're all in fear of them because we don't understand them. Because they're a different colour, different religion, etc., etc. Chief Dan George says, if you fear the animals, talk to them. If you talk to them, you'll understand them. If you understand them, you will not fear them. And it's the same with your fellow human beings. All throughout history, all I can see is evidence of human beings killing human beings at the behest of their corporate, religious, or sovereign masters. That's got to stop, people. That's got to stop. How many of you have got so much hatred in your heart and fear in your heart for these boat people, those coming across borders, this, that, and the other, in America, in Europe, wherever? Your fear and your hatred is misplaced. They are your fellow human beings. And if you only woke up, you will realise they are your fellow man. And it is only man when he awakens to his true self and knows what it is to be a man, transcends the spiritual self, the ego, the mind, the fear, the spiritual self, to his true self, he will then seek to understand his fellow man, categorized as human, and they will then come together and stand up against the dark, demonic, satanic, spiritual masters in the physical, the non-physical, the seen and the unseen, the heard and the unheard, that control us. If you don't learn from history, you are doomed to repeat it. Genociding Aboriginal Australians, genociding Aboriginal North Americans, South Americans, forcing upon them a religion. What is it to be pagan? To be pagan is to be a man. It is to be natural. As a human being, you, we, us are totally unnatural in every sense of the word, whichever way you wish to look at it. When, oh when, did we last know what it was to be a man? That's the question I pose to you today. Seek to understand the depth of that question. Seek to understand the difference between being a man and being a human being. There is only one type of leader worth following, the one that teaches you to lead yourself. Do you know what, people? That's what I try to do here. I try to teach you to lead yourself instead of being led. Stop voting in their elections. If your vote made a difference to the outcome, they wouldn't let you do it. Rise up like lions, like men. All human beings are sheep. When you understand this, seek to understand it and know who and what you truly are. First you change you, then you change the way you see things outside of you, and then you can change everything outside of you. But first you've got to change you. Know the difference. Seek to understand the difference. You are governed by law, L-A-W. You should follow law, L-O-R-E, universal law, natural law. By all means, follow common law, which is L-A-W, which is what universal and natural, L-O-R-E, is based upon. But we have lost our way. I see something the other day, legal, the definition of legal, to be separate from God. Whatever you perceive God to be, however you perceive God, as I've said many, many, many times before, every God I've ever studied turns out to be at best an ET or an alien, and at worst, a dark, demonic, satanic, spiritual being. But put another O in there and you have good. Follow that which is good. And no matter how many people try to show you it, you have to feel it first within you, that which is good. You have to feel it. You have to seek to understand it, resonate with it, and be it. History happens every single day of our lives. It's not something to look back on. It's something we make. And I say to you, wake up and make a difference. Cast off the shackles of the programming that controls you. Free yourself from bonds you can't even see. If you're going to hate and if you're going to fear, hate those that oppress and control not only you, but every other human being on this planet. And know what it is to be a man. And everything will change. But you've got to change. You've got to turn off your televisions. You've got to stop reading their scripts, their books that tell you what to think and how to think it. And you've got to come to your own innate knowing, your own innate awareness. Nobody can do it for you. You have to do it yourself. Some can show you how to do it, but you have to do it yourself. Know thyself. Know thy shadows. Understand those shadows and bring forth that light which you are blinded by, that is deep within you. Cleanse, heal, purify, come to a knowing and awareness of the self, the yin and the yang, the male, the female, the black and the white, the good and the bad. Confront all there is within you, and you will be able to confront all there is outside of you. Know the difference. If this message resonates, share the message. Don't share me. Share the message. Wherever you're watching, look in the description box underneath, and if you're not watching on my BitChute channel, my main channel where all my work is, you'll find a link to it there. Share the message if it resonates. Look at other stuff on my channel and share those messages if they resonate, especially on Telegram and places like that. Share the message. Don't share me. Really important that you don't share me. It's important that you share the message if you feel it, if it resonates with you. Palamia, thank you. In Lakesh, in you, I see another me. Mitakui o Yasin, we are all related, we are all relatives. But I tell you again and again and again, we are all connected.